Hello, I am Marnell from Mimi's Keepsake. Thank you for joining me today. I am here with a thrift haul and I have a couple of things that I found and that my friend found for me. This was one of the things she found, and it's just this beautiful bowl, and I am going to use this on my desk as my, like, where I can put little pieces of scrap papers and stuff in, just to clean up my desk and keep it clean. And you know, when you're cutting those little corners off for your tags, I'm planning to do it over this bowl so I don't have to vacuum up all the little pieces of paper after I craft it. So let's see if I keep up with that. But isn't this pretty? Just look at this beautiful design. There's no markings on the bottom. It might have had a lid before, but I just think it's beautiful. Look at all the detail here. And there's no chips, nothing. It's just in perfect condition. Then the next thing oops, okay, my stuff is starting to fall off. The next thing I found was this little sugar bowl, and I found this at our flea market. It started this week. It is the coronation of King George, and I just love it. These things keep finding me, and this will also just sit somewhere with little things in it. Maybe it's Lancaster, but I can't make out the it's made in England, that's what it said. It's just very rough, and it's 1937, and the glaze is also already cracked. I love that. So yeah, just another piece, or maybe I'll put this with my little tin collection that's growing as well. Oh, and then the other thing, unfortunately, this is what fell off my heap of things here. I found this little, I think it's a milk jug, and I've added a bowl of twine in here, and my idea is, is to thread this through the beak, and it was thread through the beak, and then I can just pull the twine, you know, for tag toppers and stuff. And it looks pretty cute. It's just been sitting here next to my computer on my desk, so I've started using it already. And this one just has County Fair High Mark Made in Japan on it, but I just love it. It's so cute, and of course it's blue. I love blue. I'm gonna put it back in its spot, that I don't have to clean that up afterwards. And I also found two more. I'll just take this one out of the plastic baggie. Two more of these tomatoes, and if you've been watching, I am collecting these to put in a big bowl, glass bowl on my shelf, and I want to fill the whole bowl. It's a big bowl with these little tomatoes, and I saw that idea on the craft room tour of Kathy Holden. If you go, I think it was on our Facebook page, I'm not sure. She had a little tour of her, well, her very impressive craft room or sewing room. And then what shall we do next? Let's do the fabrics next. I found this very vintage tablecloth, and it is one of those square ones. So in the middle, it almost in a checker pattern, have this turquoise flowers there, and it has some fruits in a bowl, and this beautiful jug here, and then the corners has a different image there. And it's a beautiful linen. I love this fabric. It's really textured, and just you can feel that it's been washed a lot. That's what I love. And so this I will probably cut up and use for slow stitch projects, or maybe journal covers, or the inside page of journals. It is a lovely, lovely fabric. It is too small for any of the tables I have, so I won't be able to use it in my dining room or kitchen, so I'm thinking if I cut it up, then at least it will be used for something. And then I found this April Cornell tablecloth, and this one is actually big enough for me to use on the table in the rental house, but once I move back to my own house, it won't be big enough for that. I love her designs. It is just beautiful. This one is on black. I wouldn't normally buy it, but I thought the roses on here are just gorgeous. So I can even go and cut the flowers out once I won't be using this anymore, and then cut the flowers off and use it in slow stitch projects, you know, fill in some of the details with some stitching. And it has this beautiful border, and I actually do like the black, the contrast with the black and the bright colors. So I might just make even like a cover for from this. But anyway, that's for the future. Up until we go back to our own house, this will be on our dining room table and just brighten up the house a little bit, I'm thinking, and give it a bit of our own style. And I got this, and it's just a tea towel, but it has these, it's not very well printed. The designs aren't very dimensional, but I love the idea that it looks like little seed packets there. I am going to tea or coffee dye this. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 different designs on here that can definitely this used in my journal somehow. Even this could just be a fabric flip if you cut the squares out. And as I say, I think once I coffee or tea dye it, it will look a little bit more vintage, and might be a lot of fun. And I can even, I'm thinking, if I add some detail on here with stitching after I dyed it, maybe these designs will look a little bit more dimensional, because at the moment they do look very flat. Yes, I probably will do that, add some stitching on there. Another slow stitch project. And then this has a huge runner. It's very dirty, so I'll have to wash it. But just look at all these cute bunnies, and they are black and white, but again, I will take the runner apart. They're on both sides. I'll take the runner apart and add some stitching to this, maybe cut the bunnies out, and even I'm thinking this would be a very cute cover if you have maybe one of the bunnies at the front. And oh, I can't fold it, it's just too not very bendy at the moment. But if you fill in just one bunny, the detail with slow stitches or embroidery stitches, I think this would be so cute. But I am going to take it apart and then wash it, because I think I need to take the lining out in the middle as well. That is another project and some laundry to do. And I found this big piece of wool fabric, and it's this beautiful, almost like a, I will see, let's say a petrol green, that's what we would have called it. But it's just a beautiful cover, and it's not too thick, the fabric. It's that thinner wool fabric, and it is, I just love it. I love using wool fabrics. It just adds a different texture, and this one is thin enough that I can even use it on the inside or outside of a fabric cover. And I do love that color. It's one of my favorite colors. And then just this little piece of sheer fabric with embroidered flowers on it. Let's see if I can get some of it a little closer. So this repeats on the entire fabric. And again, we can cut this out or just add this on top of something else, and it will be simply beautiful. And this is more practical. It's a full ream of paper, and I think this is the 8.5. Yeah, 8.5 by 14. Yes, 8.5 by 14. And I've been looking for the bigger papers to dye because we're making bigger journals now, and if you have bigger paper that you don't have to sew together, it's just so much easier to make the bigger journals. So that will come in very handy, but that needs to go into a bathtub of dye and change color, even though the outside is pretty yellow. And we found this at the flea market as well. This is a little blotter. When they were making, you know, writing with felt pens or those ink pens, you would just blot your work with this so the ink doesn't smear. And this one is a silver one, and I just love that it's kind of damaged and has some great character, and some of the original papers are still in there. It is just something decorative again, but I love this kind of vintage things in my craft room. And then I have some tins that I found. Red Rose Coffee. Don't know how old this is. Don't know what that was for. But again, this will be sitting on my shelf, but I can fill this. It doesn't have the lid anymore, so I'll fill it with something. You know, all the little small things we have, and it looks pretty. It's just a pretty storage solution. And I do like the rose on there. We find a spot for it. And then the other thing I found was this honey, pure Canadian honey tin. And it has this little handle. I just love this, the green and the red. And then it opens, and inside it's not rusted at all, so definitely good for storage. And again, it looks pretty, and I just can't say no to the tins there. Definitely a weakness. That one has a lot of dust on it. And this little book I found for 50 cents. It is, and I think it was that cheap because it didn't have, I'm not going to pull that off. I'll use my heat gun to get that off. It has tea cards in with butterflies. So I want to see if I can get the tea cards off. Oh, but they're glued in there pretty well. So maybe I'll just use them as pages in a journal. But look at all these beautiful butterfly tea cards, and a steal for just 50 cents. Oh, they're just beautiful. Yeah, if you have any advice on how to get them off, I don't know what kind of glue was used, but I definitely can't just tear them off. That would ruin the backs, and maybe I don't need the backs, who knows. But for now, yes, so let me know if you have any advice on how to get these off. Don't know if I can soak it off, if that would damage them. Not sure. So if you have done something like that, let me know, please. Then I found some books again, of course. Can't go to the thrift store or the flea market without finding books. I just love the spine of this, and it says Music Lovers, which I think would be a great, I don't know why this P sticker is on there, a great journal name or title. And then on here it has some embossing with leaves and little roses and a trumpet. Don't know if that shows up well on the camera, but that's it. And this one is 1939, and it's just like a almost like a reference book, but in the style almost of a dictionary, but then the word and I think it's all music related. Yeah, so it's composer names. Oh, I think it's more it's composer names, yes. Anyway, just love the cover. add a little bit of lace, and it's a beautiful cover. And then this one is Composition Through Reading, book 1, and it is a reader. Somebody didn't open their textbook because this looks like it's brand new. And it is from 1931. Yeah, this one, I've never seen a reader in such great condition. It honestly looks like this was never used. But I love the green, and just even if I don't, I can add a photo or picture in there with some lace and things around inside that frame, and it would look good. The spine is very small, so I probably will make the spine bigger, but use the spine. I love this. It's just so pretty. And then this is how the readers usually look. This is the Alexander reader, third book, but look at this. They're usually worn and torn, and the spine is in terrible condition. I mean, this one, excuse me, was used. And let's see what year this one was, or is. It's still here. 1919. Mary Queen Consort there. And just look at how yellow these pages are. I don't think there's any illustration. Oh, treasure. Somebody practice their writing here. Love that. Oh, there's some black and white pictures in here. But again, great papers for some collage, because of course all of these pages won't go back into a journal. But yeah, that's more how the readers normally look. See, and there's another one, the Ontario reader. This one is more like a mustardy yellow, and has a name, Alex McKay, on there. And see, yes, Alex used his book, his reader. Let's see if we have a year in here. No year, which is weird. The readers normally has a year in it. Alex didn't write a year in his book either, so. But I assume it's the same kind of date than the previous one. And see, there's some food stains in here and some writing and some beautiful illustrations, all black and white, but they're beautiful. I love these readers. They're so, I don't know, there's something about them. I just can't resist them. This one is a little Poems of Passion. It has almost like has a leathery feel to them. They do have some paint splatters on there. I'll try to get that off, but I just love this cover. And look at this. It has water damage and it's very light, but it has this sagey green garden image there. This one is 1912, and look at the beginning of each poem. You have those. I love those. The alphabet kind of very ornate, and just the poems inside. No illustrations, but a really nice paper. And I love the feel. It's like it's a soft worn leather, because obviously somebody was reading this a lot and loved this book. And then this little one. So this one is way smaller than the other books. It has just this green book. It had a lovely spine at one point, but it's all faded. The gold is not there anymore, but love it. And then it has this embossed frame around front and back, and the green is just worn. It's a fabric cover book, and it is just coming apart, so it will make it easier to take apart. And it's Fisherman's Children. Let's see if we can, there's no date. Okay, no date in this one. Is there a date in the inscription? No. But again, just a cute little book. Bought it obviously for the cover. Very nice papers in here. If I look at the binding, I would say it's probably early 1900s as well, like 1910, 1912. Around there I would say, but I'm not an expert, but just a beautiful book. Then another green little book. Look at this one. This one is even smaller than this one, and they're almost like they're meant to be together. I have to think about something about that. But this one is just really small spine, so you definitely need to do the spine. The little Hindu victim, is that what it says? It says 1877 here on the inscription. Coming apart as well. Look at that, love that. And I love this little illustration here. There's no date inside the book, but the inscription says 1877. And again, it's amazing paper, and you can feel the printing is almost embossed on there. It's really nice paper, but like I say, just a little book. It comes apart, coming apart. 1877. Wow, love this. But like I say, these two almost feel like they should go together somehow. I'll have to figure that out. And then this one, I bought these books mostly for the covers. I said I'm not going to do that anymore, but oh my goodness. Wood and Married, this one, and I feel this is kind of has a fall feeling to it. Maybe it's the orange combined with the red and the green. This one, Wood and Married, doesn't have a date either, but no illustrations inside, very small writing, so this would be nice for backing tags and stuff, or as a background when you're adding some flowers or something on top. Just love this, and I love this cover. Like, even this spine is pretty, and it's a unique, it's kind of like a lime greenish color and very bright. Usually these are more subdued. And then another one, Elsie's Children. Love, love, love the cover. Look at this spine. It's just beautiful. Martha Finley. And this one is 1890. Elsie's Children. And look at that. Wonder if that's at the beginning of each chapter. At the end, oh, it's different for every chapter. Oh, I love that. Different for each chapter, in the beginning and the end. And obviously somebody loved this book. It was read a lot, and it's kind of coming apart as well. Well, it's 1890, but isn't this cover just beautiful? Even the back has some detail. It definitely has some damage, but for most of us, that adds to the character of the book. And this beautiful pink book, Anne of Avonlea. Isn't this beautiful? Spine. Love this. L.M. Montgomery, obviously, and Green Gables author. This one is 1909. It doesn't say if it is. Oh, it's this 30-second impressions. Oh, so it's not, definitely not the first edition. It says 19. Okay, so the copyright is 1909, but it says here 30-second impressions. So maybe 1921. So this is more. It's 1921, but it has that thicker, nice fabric, paper. Somebody obviously read this and enjoyed it. But just another beautiful cover. I love this pink color, it's just beautiful. And yeah, Anne of Avonlea, Anne of Green Gables. If you live in Canada, you'll know about that. But I mean, there was movies and stuff for that too. And then there's another Elsie's Children. So these are the same, but I suspect this one as a later edition. Look at that spine, isn't it just, oh my goodness. And I love the color of this book. 1914. This one was 1890. Yeah, and there's no copyright date in the book, but see, and this paper is definitely a cheaper paper than this one, because I'm thinking this is very fragile, even though it has a beautiful color. See, it's coming apart. But I think this paper, yes, it will just totally crumble. But still a beautiful color. If you glue this onto a different paper, then it doesn't matter that it's crumbling. But just look at the yellowing of this paper, kind of from the sides, and then the middle is still the original color. But simply beautiful. And then that's all the books I found. So let me just move stuff around. I found these magazines. I looked at them, didn't buy them. They were at the flea market, and the lady, because we were talking to her after a while, caught up with us and said if we want them, we can have them. So it is February 1961, this one. They are big, but I just love the ads in here of all the houses in black and white. You can almost cut it out, fold it over, and make it like a little ID card, but for a house. So there's lots of that. And then articles and black and white photos. So I think that's why we decided not to buy it, but there definitely is things in here that you can use, and it's for free, for sure. The ads in here, definitely will use them. And it's all about farming, and it obviously I'll cut this for the ads. Just go through, see, it's more or less the same thing in all of them. And then articles in the back, and the way back is filled with some amazing black and white advertisements. Look at that one. So yeah, definitely will maybe just go through these and harvest what I want from them, so I'm not have this take up too much space. But we might be playing with them one of these days, maybe harvest them on camera and show you what I would take from those magazines. And let me just grab this box. We got this box. I just saw the little box and thought, oh my goodness, this is so cute. Look at it. So I think I would have bought this just for the little box. It's like a little toolbox, and then when it opens, it has these reels in them with home movies on them. This one says New York, but even these little round canisters are so cute. Oh, New York, black and white. It has it on the outside, and it has little spots here for those to sit in. Bull Points, 1961. This probably makes a lot of noise. Detroit, 1958. So I'll have to go, and everybody, and well, all of these have the movies inside. So that'll I'll use as well. 1959. all of them filled up. I won't go through all of them. But isn't this a cute container? And it opens up like this. Probably to get them out easily. But I think this was a good find and a fairly good price I got this for. Very happy with this. And that's it for today. I thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and thank you for all your support. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. I won't be doing as many I won't be doing Thrifty Thursdays every day or every week, I'm sorry, but we'll do a couple of them throughout the year. I am heavily busy trying to organize, and yeah, every time I buy stuff I have to organize again. Anyway, and I need to spend some time making all of these wonderful books, doing something with them. I have to start using my stash. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what was your favorite, and if you have any ideas for me how to get these tea cards off this book, or should I just keep it and add it in as pages in a journal, because it's definitely doable. And have a lovely day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.